this video for my midterm assignment in Psycholinguistics with my lecturer, Mbak Nirwana. And in this assignment, I have two speakers from class D who will answer the question prepared by Mbak Nirwana in the GCR or Google Classroom. And my speaker are Hijriya Kusmaning Ayu and Milda Utami. So the question will focus on challenge in using their mother tongue, difficult situation they face, and also emotional or psychological factor that affect them. So now let's listen to their answer.
Yes, I have faced some challenges with my native language, which is Indonesia. In everyday conversation, I don't have much difficulty. However, when it comes to using formal language, especially in meetings or formal presentations, I sometimes struggle. I often need to write out everything I plan to say beforehand. Otherwise, I tend to get stuck and forget what I want to convey. And during Q&A sessions, in presentations, I also find it difficult to respond directly to questions. Even when I know the answer, I struggle to express it immediately in words. I usually need to write down my thoughts first and then speak afterward. Alright, about the second question. So, I find formal settings, such as presentations and meetings, particularly challenging. This difficulty becomes more evident during Q&A session when I'm expected to answer questions on the spot. Although I may understand the question and know the answer, I struggle to express my thoughts clearly and directly without preparation. I also find myself struggling when I need to explain complex ideas in a formal way, as I feel pressure to maintain a certain level of professionalism that requires careful word choice and structure. This pressure sometimes affects the clarity and fluency of my responses. The last question about factors that affect my performance. So, there are several emotion or psychological factors that impact my language performance, especially in formal situations. The main factors are nervousness, and a lack of confidence. When I'm required to speak formally, I often feel anxious, which makes it difficult to think clearly and organize my thoughts on the spot. This anxiety stems from the fear of making mistakes or not expressing myself as clearly as I would like. This lack of confidence affects my performance, as I may second guess my choice of words or hesitate, which in turn disrupts the flow of my speech.
Have you ever faced any challenge in using your native language? For me, so far I have not experienced any difficulties when using my native language, which is Indonesia, because the people around me also use the same language. There are no significant problem in using this language, except perhaps when it comes to formal or standard context. What specific situation do you find difficult? So, as I said before, that I find it a bit difficult usually when it comes to formal language or standard language, where the affixes in Indonesia it's a little bit confusing for me sometimes. And are there any emotions or physiological factors that affect your language performance? I think in this case it's tend to happen when I face something that makes me nervous, maybe like overthinking or anxiety, especially when I have to stand in front of people, which sometimes make it difficult for me to convey sentence correctly and calmly.
Okay, I will telling about the the interview process. So I conducted this interview online using WhatsApp because there were some issues that made in-person meetings impossible and also less effective. So we all have our own busy schedule, and some of us do not have transportation to meet in a specific place to do interview, and therefore the interview was held online, which was agreed upon by both parties, and and also making it easy for me to get their participation. Okay, I will tell you the the important points that I got it after the interview with Vidya and Ayu. Refers to the question from Mem Nirwana. So the search person or Vidya and Ayu finds if it easy to talk in everyday Indonesian, but they have trouble with format language in meetings and presentation. They often need to prepare what they want to say in advance because they forget their points without notes. During question and answer session, even if they know the answer, they have a hard time responding right away and prefer to write down their thoughts first. And the pressure to be professional make it harder to explain complex idea, and they often feel nervous and lack of confidence. So this anxiety make it difficult for them to organize their thoughts, which affects how clearly and fluently they speak in formal situation. So to overcome challenge in using formal Indonesian, it is good to prepare key points before presentation. Practice speaking with friends, use short notes to remember what I want to say, what we want to say, and take deep breaths to calm nervous and keep a positive mindset about mistake. And then listen carefully to question during Q&A session. Take a moment to think before answering, and also use simple language to explain complex idea. Ask for feedback after each presentation and with consistent preparation and practice. So it can build your confidence in speaking formally. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you.